In this video, we're going to be talking about a really powerful workflow where we can take a resource that we have. So maybe a PDF, maybe Google Sheet, maybe data that exists somewhere for us. And we're going to take that and ask Google Gemini to code that into a visually friendly resource. Once we get the code that we want and we've told it, hey, this is going into a Google site, then we're going to be able to take that code, copy it, um, create a new Google site and embed that code to actually become the Google site itself. So essentially, we'll create a resource in Gemini that we can then locally host and share as a Google site with anyone that we would like to see. The key steps are really taking your resource, adding it to Google Gemini, embedding it into that new Google site, and then publishing and sharing with the audience. So let's get started in this demo. Okay, crew. So I am in Google Gemini right now, and I also have over here a form that we had gotten from our momentum team. It has lots of feedback from our team as a whole, and not very visually friendly, not very easy to garner insights from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Add Files section of Gemini here, and just select that I would like. Whoops, I need to back up, select that I would like to add from Drive my momentum team resource. So you can see when I click in here, I type momentum team feedback, and it will pull up that sheet for me. Same search features as your Drive. This is the one that I want to build from. And so we're taking that, and my prompt here actually says turn the feedback from our momentum team into a visually friendly dashboard that I can embed into Google Sites. That that piece right there that I can embed into Google Sites is really important because it will know to create a single HTML file for you, make it green and white and visually compelling and very easy to see all the ideas that are coming from the provided spreadsheet. So this is going to kind of tell it that it needs to do that in a way that is really pulling in the information from that spreadsheet. It's going to take a minute to code out. It'll give me kind of an overview of what it's thinking it should do, and that's great. Once I get the overview that I like, I will select canvas mode and say, let's code the site. And as if there were adjustments you want to make to what its plan was, you could have asked for that for sure. Generally speaking, it will give you, when you hit canvas mode, it will provide you with a space in order for you to preview it. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm actually kind of glad that it's not giving me a preview button here, because I'll show you what you can do to get this taken care of, so that you can actually preview it in the site. So you can see I don't have a code section or a preview. It just gave me the HTML right here. So I'm just going to click in here and select all and copy that, what I've selected. And if you want to preview it again, usually the second time, if you just say canvas and then paste all of your code in, the second time it will give you a preview option in the canvas. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't on the first go round, but if you're not getting this the first go round, that is the workaround to be able to see that. So it will take our code that we have there. It used the spreadsheet that we gave it to write all of that code. And in a second here, we'll get a quick preview of what that's going to look like. Just like if you're giving feedback to Gemini to edit a doc, you can provide feedback to edit your code as well. So if we don't love how this looks, we could provide iterative feedback right here. It will continuously change until we get what we're looking for. So let's take a look. Here is our breakdown of all of our data. And you can see I could have shared this with the team, but I have this very visually friendly dashboard that kind of takes that key concepts that we have, and yeah, really helpful. So that being said, if I love how that looks and I don't need any feedback, I can just take this code and copy this at this point in time, and in a Google site. So when we just go to sites.google.com, or you can add it from your Drive, we're going to create a new site page. The best way to get your AI coded creations, whatever those might be, into place is when you click on the pages section to choose, instead of saying new page, choose full page embed. And it's going to ask you to name your page. So I'll just call this feedback visualizer. And when we use that full page embed option there, we're just going to need to say add embed. And I can choose embed code. So not by URL, but embed code, and paste that in. And you're going to see that it's going to build out that page that we had coded. Now there's two more little tricks just to make sure that this becomes your home page or your only page for this Google site that you're going to publish. One is click back on pages, and I'm just going to say on the three dots next to that embedded page to make it the home page. And when I've done that, I can delete that other default page that existed as well. Once we've done that, we just need to give our site a name. We'll just call this Momentum Feedback, and I can hit the publish button. I get those same options that I always get for publishing a Google site, right? If I want this to be viewable to the public, we can do that. And we'll click those buttons and hit publish. And just like that, we have a website that we can share with others that has our data visualized or whatever resource we wanted to create. So really, any coded creation that we get, we can share out publicly when we have that HTML embedded into a Google site. Hope this is helpful. This is a really, really, really powerful creation tool, and you can do the same thing if you're trying to create a learning experience, right? Or same way if you're trying to make a really complex PDF document something that's easier for others to digest. There are all sorts of ways that you can do that. Once you in Gemini get the code the way you want, really the only limit to what you end up sharing out is your creativity. Hope this is helpful. Hope this unleashes a new superpower for you and your ability to visually communicate. For this last part of this video, I just wanted to show you a few examples of different coded creations using Gemini to run the code. This is a dashboard that takes a huge set of 675 responses and turns it into kind of an interactive, sortable chart. This took me a few rounds of feedback to AI to get it to work the way that I wanted, but it probably took 5 minutes. This is a different one. This is a giant resource that is based on a ton of statistical data over time, lots and lots of factual information that I needed represented in a specific way. And it was able to kind of create that timeline of interactive resources through the code. This is a resource for our forensics course, and it's got some tips for students in creating video podcasts. And you can see AI I asked it to theme it out to look like a crime scene investigation. It shows you some of the visual capacity of AI to code for you. This is one that is built from an entire book, essentially, of different strategies for AI to save time, and it built out an interactive dashboard that we can explore those ideas easily. This is a resource that we had as well that takes a complex set of information around a particular learning platform and turns it into a visually friendly resource. And this one, you can see at the top, I kind of made different tabs to explore different components. So lots of ways you can use this. Go be creative.